In the case where the Washington Post reporter's devices were seized, if a court determines that they were obtained unlawfully, is the evidence gleaned from their seizure inadmissible against the investigation's target individual?
Yeah, it really is a great question. This is one of those sort of black letter law rules that has a little bit of a surprising twist to it, because not all of the evidence from an illegal search is automatically suppressed. The exclusionary rule, the rule that excludes evidence that's illegally seized, generally prevents the use of illegally seized evidence and its fruit, sort of secondary evidence that comes from it, in court proceedings, but there are a couple of exceptions to be aware of. The biggest one is the good faith exception that comes from a case called Leon. There's also an inevitable discovery rule and something called independent source. And so just quickly, because it's not clear to me that any of these will apply here, I rather suspect that if the judge does indicate that this evidence was obtained illegally, that it will be suppressed. But the good faith exception involves law enforcement officers who are executing a search warrant that they have a good faith reason to believe is good, and subsequently it's found out that there's a flaw in it. Maybe the law changes or something like that. And so it's a very narrowly construed exception. Inevitable discovery is used for evidence that law enforcement would have found anyhow. If they didn't get it in this search, it was inevitable that they would have discovered it through other lawful means. And then finally, the independent source doctrine simply says that if the law enforcement folks obtain this evidence from both the improper search, but also from a separate lawful source that's completely independent of the bad search, that they can use it. So a couple of exceptions. I know that's sort of intricate stuff to try to cram into a short answer, but I think by and large, the rule here is going to be excluding the evidence from the government's case. And of course, as Barb knows, often if you're a prosecutor and your evidence gets excluded as the evidence that you've obtained during a search, your case is over and you're going to have to dismiss it.